Let's style some text. I've created a web page just for this episode, and you'll notice it looks a bit different than the web pages that we've been doing in this series so far. I achieved that entire look with an internal style sheet. Let's take a look at it. The very first selector is the body. So everything here pertains to the entire viewable area of our web page. And I have three stylings here. The first one is I'm changing the background color. And this color is just off of white, just a little bit of red in it. I then changed my text color to a dark red. And I changed the font family to Courier, which is a font we've not seen in this series before. So it has a different look to it. If you take a look at the very first line right here, where it says Flipping Classrooms, that's my H1. And here are my H1 stylings. Now, you'll notice that the text is entirely in uppercase, but I typed it entirely in lowercase. Well, how did we do that? Well, very easily. I used text transform and specified uppercase. It's also underlined, and I achieved that with text decoration underline. I then did a text align center to center it on the page and set the font size to 28 points. Now, if you take a look at my second line, this I also typed in all lowercase, but it's capitalized. Well, that's in my H2. If you take a look, in my declaration, my first styling is text transform, capitalize. I then do a text align center and use font size to set the size down 4 points, from 28 to 24 point. And let's see if we can find that H2 entry. There it is. All lowercase. The next thing is I have my image, but we haven't focused too much on centering images. Let me just show you that real quick. Here's my image selector, and I have three stylings here. Number one, display as a block. Then margin right auto and margin left auto. And that's all there is to it. Now my text, if you notice, you kind of scroll down through this text. You notice how, except for the indentation, the text kind of lines up with the margins. So I have crisp lines. That indentation of the first word in the paragraph is also new. Well, let's see how we accomplish that. Here's our paragraph selector, and I have four stylings here. The indentation is accomplished with text indent 50 px or pixels. That is approximately the width of 5 characters, or the equivalent of a normal tab stop. Now, I also have double spaced my lines, so the text is easier to read. I achieve that with line height 200%. Those crisp lines of text on the left and right margin were achieved with text align justify. And then I set my font size to 18 points, so it'd be easier to read. Now I have one other bit of text in my page, and that is a quote. Notice that I'm still indenting it 50 pixels, and I'm changing the size to 14 point. If we move down a little bit, there's our quote. And that's how you can style text in a web page so it looks like an article or a paper that you might write for a class. Have fun.